Okay, here we are back in Octopath Traveler. And as the title implies, I hope you have your affairs in order, because this is it. We are going into the Ruins of Hornburg to confront the final boss. So this is the true final dungeon of the game, which you can only access if you do all of the Lyblac and Kit quests. So already this place may look a little familiar. I don't think we can actually warp out either. We have to... Or we can't walk out, I mean we have to warp out if we want to leave. So there's no danger level listed. Wondering if it might have been a mistake not to bring Therion right away. It's just I want to try to get some levels on Tressa and Cyrus before we go in. If they're not high enough level, I'll probably try using them for the first phase of the final boss. They might have a little bit better survivability there. Have Prim go there to protect them. Thing is, I didn't actually get Ogun on Ophelia. I don't think she has anyone with her, which is a bit of a mistake on my part if I wanted to make this extremely easy. It's just... Alfyn's level 77. That's like 10 levels higher than the recommendation, I think, of 65. Maybe 60 is the recommendation. So I don't want to make this too much of a slaughter, because there are ways to cheese the bosses in these types of games. It's just, I think it makes for a boring video. If you're interested in doing it, or doing it yourself, there's going to be like a dozen other people who are going to do it. If you want to see how it's supposed to be done, how the devs wanted it to be done, that's what I'm going to try to focus on.
Is that so?
So we'll find Father on the other side, truly?
Indeed.
Trust me, Kit. He is there, waiting for you. I see. Very well then.
Is something the matter?
Oh, forgive me.
I'm not feeling so well. Why don't you go on ahead? I'll catch up soon.
Yes.
I'll be waiting for you.
What have we here?
Here's a familiar face. Fancy meeting you here. I trust you came for Kit, yes?
However...
Apologies, but the lad is quite special to me. My soulmate, if you will.
I think not.
Oh, thank you not to interfere. That's assuming you could interfere, even if you wanted to.
The Gate of Finis.
Pass beyond the Gate of Finis, and never again may you return to this world.
I leave it to you.
Follow us if you so choose, but first be certain that is truly the path you wish to tread.
Fareth thee well.
The Gate of Finis. So if you remember, this is what the Dragon Stones were supposed to open, which apparently she opened without them, meaning the whole Ravis secret is kind of meaningless. So there should be 8 of these blue flames. You're first. Do battle with the unholy presence. I'm ready. It's you!
I cannot
Simeon!
fail!
I am ready.
Heal more.
Bring about a miracle of healing.
I need to get the saving grace on Cyrus, otherwise he will die out
What's
here.
this now?
Slow down, son.
What's it do?
Looks like that last weakness is either dagger or axe.
Bring it on!
Possibility it could be bow. It's bow.
I am ready.
Oh no, it was dagger. Too slow. So I don't even have a dagger here to use. So I don't want to summon the mercenaries here because they won't hit the weakness. The best thing I can actually do is summon the dancer. I was hoping for a debuff like poison or something to put on him, but oh well.
What's this now?
You're killing me, Cyrus. So yeah, we're going to get rid of that right here and now. Herb of Clamor. You can stock up on those if you're so inclined. Your call.
Bring it on!
Yeah, I'm just gonna study to find that last weakness.
What have we
Alfyn
here?
doesn't have a dagger anyway, so it doesn't matter. Wow, he has like twice as much
I'm
HP
ready.
as he used to. So, let's see. My best course of action is to defend here.
I am ready.
Here I go!
So I do not have a rune ready, regrettably. We're gonna do wind because that's what she amplifies. I'm trying to remember what it is Cyrus amplifies.
Bring
I think
it
it's
on.
wind also.
Alrighty!
You have to remember that Alfyn.
Alrighty!
It doesn't matter. He amplifies ice and lightning. So this is gonna be a fairly long video if I have to cut through 200,000 hit points.
Now defend us!
So that was a little bit more than Alfyn.
I am ready. Oh, simple.
My turn now!
Before you panic, just
Alright.
remember Rune Knight's OP. That's why that's so damn high.
Cool off!
I am ready. Oh, simple.
So I don't know if I can go back and grab NPCs if I wanted to summon people into these or
What is
not.
the logical course of action?
Like, I don't even know if you can change your party while you're in here. I imagine you can somewhere, it's just I don't know where.
Venture Doctor! Big idea!
No good.
What's this now?
Oh no!
Shucks!
Soothing Dust with Curious Bloom will remove the status
Try
effect.
this.
Let's do this!
Oh man. I was about to say, if that
There's
silenced
nothing.
everyone too, that would just be utter insanity.
What have we here?
Okay, we can work on fire weakness.
I am ready.
I don't know about you, but things are about to heat up.
Ardent!
What to do?
First weakness should be a sword. Process elimination, OP, folks.
Ah,
It does nothing, man.
What next?
Burn.
Ignis Ardent!
I am ready.
Actually, wait a second. Cyrus... Oh, I need to change him. I don't know what all he has. He's missing something, though. We'll cut loose next turn.
Bring about a miracle
Unfriend,
of
that is.
healing.
oh
And there's a very likely possibility
Alright!
he could die next turn, so I just want to call that out. So, let's give this to Doctor
Alfyn,
Strange here.
Lend us your wisdom! we go. Let the thunder roll.
Found the one weakness.
Watch me now.
Oh, sacred
Oh no.
Now the true lesson begins. Ignis are dead.
Wow. He seriously shrugged that off.
I am. Oh, sacred
He should have like only less than 1,000 left at this point.
No good.
What's this now?
Oh no.
Shucks.
Soothing Dust, Curious Bloom.
Try this.
And Alfyn just expired, unfortunately.
Here goes
I
nothing.
really don't care about Prim being silenced. Let's
What
analyze.
have we here?
700 hit points left.
No good.
600 left. You're not worth it.
Oh, heist. Pierce them through. Not bad. A passing.
So you get no money for that, but you do get a nice chunk of EXP. Energizing Pomegranate. So I do need to evaluate what all they have. From the diary of Lord Geoffrey Azelhart, I kept my faith. I stayed true to my convictions until the end. Several years before my death, a shadow fell upon my dear noble court, a shadow known as the Obsidians. They brought with them sweet words and false promises, but I would not lend them my ear. Once they came to understand that I would not be swayed to their way of thinking, they came after my life time and again. I would not allow myself to be daunted. I dug deeper into the truth to uncover their intentions, their ties, and the mastermind behind their villainy, and my search eventually led me to learn of the Gate of Finis. In the end, I was murdered by the men who caught wind of my discoveries, yet I do not regret my actions. I lived true to the words of my house and did all that I could for the sake of my people. My sole regret is that I left Primrose alone to pick up the pieces of this broken life I left behind. My precious daughter should not have to bear such a burden on her shoulders. Primrose, you stood before my grave and told me, did you not, that you had lived true to what I had taught you. You are strong, my daughter. You found your own cause and purpose, and the purpose you found was the continuation of my very own. You carried on in my footsteps and finished what I started. My dear Primrose, when I think of how much you must have suffered all alone, all I can do is beg you to forgive me. Now the time has come for you to lay down your burden and rest. It is time you forget about me and find happiness, a happiness of your own this time. For I will always be with you. Geoffrey Azelhart. Yeah, we're gonna ditch this one. Up next,
Now, let's get down to business.
hey, he's weak to dark. Sublime. Brand, you picked a fight with the wrong man.
All right.
So, I'm trying to remember what he's weak to. I think one was... You know what, let's play it safe.
Cool off.
That was supposed to be me playing safe, jerk.
I am ready. Bring about a miracle of healing.
Let's do this.
Regardless, bring on the darkness.
What is the logical course of action? Tenema over
I am ready.
We'll take a shot. Knife is no go. I might need some mercenary help here.
What's it do?
I am ready.
Okay, no light.
Now, what next?
$150,000 hit points.
Bring it on!
So I'm gonna break it next turn.
Here goes nothing.
You need to leave Prim alone, buddy. So we're gonna play this Runa Seed with this pomegranate.
How do you like this?
Break.
Focus is unparalleled.
No, we don't need dry saying here.
Tenema over
I am ready.
She'll hit him next turn.
Bring about a miracle of healing.
Let's do this! Watch me now!
Hopefully you can see Prim is
Bring
not
it on.
taking lightly.
Let's get down to work! Let the thunder roll!
Now, what next?
So we know it's not ice, it's either wind or fire if that last thing is an elemental weakness.
Venture Octopath.
What's it do?
Four choices.
Let's do this!
Here we go.
So I gotta know if I should try to fish one out or not. Well, let's abuse something. So we're gonna use the M pomegranate
this.
on Cyrus to give him 3 points.
I am ready. Bring
Heal
about a
everyone up.
miracle of healing.
Cyrus could be higher in a perfect world.
Interesting dynamic.
Dry saying spell, reveal your elemental weaknesses. Oh my god.
I am ready.
Okay, I try to be nice.
Bring it on!
So we knew darkness was not a possibility because that would have been revealed if it could have been. And I could Vivify right now, but I'm better off defending, actually.
What's it do?
I think Bow is one of his previous weaknesses.
I am ready.
Anyway, I need a new element next turn. I could revive him here. It's a crappy revive, but this is as good a time as I'm going to get.
Be saved.
Alright!
So much for me using Dry Sang. We'll use Firestorm here.
Scorch the earth!
I am ready. Bring about a miracle of healing.
Hopefully Cyrus doesn't die here, but I'm not making any promises.
What next? Let's try this.
Let's do this.
Need the mercenaries here for their buff. So he can kill me
Here
here,
I go.
simply because he gets all these turns in a row.
Let me help.
Most likely Cyrus is dead. There's very little I can do to save him. Now he's gonna use cross spear. Okay,
Bring
he
it
just
on.
opted to kill Prim instead.
That's what I'm here for.
What to do?
So Prim's gonna go first. No guarantee she'll live. I do have a flaming sword I can use.
How about this?
I'm ready. Bring about a miracle of healing.
What to do?
What is the logical course of action?
So I want to break him to start next turn. And then we'll finish him off.
Here goes
Bad
nothing.
choice, buddy. So reveal that last weakness, see if it's something I can exploit. He has 64,000 dagger.
I'm ready. Bring about a miracle of healing.
What have you done? The true lesson.
I actually want to do it this way. Burn for me.
Ignis Ardent.
I'm ready. Dose of
Here we go. Oh, right. Let the thunder roll.
Let's do this.
Well, it just looks like the spear does more.
I'm ready.
Sad part is I wasn't really keeping track of his HP.
I'm ready.
I'm just fishing for the kill here. In case you're wondering, Prim is running
Bring it
VP
on.
Eater, which is why her spells spike in damage like that.
Let the thunder roll.
And now the true lesson begins. Lux Conjurer.
And now he knows why I'm the hero of light.
You should have studied harder.
From the Diary of Graham Crossford, Part 2. So I'm gonna come back once I find Part 1. Ah, here's how you do it. So you can access everyone's equipment. I don't know what travel on means. Oh, just go back. So yeah, you can change party members, yada yada yada. Not sure if it'd be worth it to bring Theory on here, just to try to steal from them or not. They didn't have good drops the first time around. I doubt much has changed.
Willingly.
So this is the haunted boss. Dragon stands majestic.
An interesting dilemma.
So I'm just gonna fire off a random spell. We are going to do wind.
I'm ready.
So right here we want to heal up everyone.
Bring about a miracle of healing.
Alfyn's running extra EXP. When I'm done with that, trying to get the other two up to speed, I can swap that off for Saving Grace. Ice.
Cool off.
So it's possible fire is still on that list. No to spear.
I am ready.
No to dagger.
What is the logical course of action? Oh, flames! Rage! Rock!
So that means he has 2 physical weaknesses, 1 magic.
What to do?
Wrong one, buddy.
Oh, here we go.
You break next turn.
Let's do this.
So I get a bonus for wind.
Wind.
Here goes nothing.
Interesting dilemma.
So 50-50 shot. I'm gonna play it safe and reduce the chance.
Tenement over here!
Okay, that last weakness is light. That's the one I'm gonna drill next turn.
Here I go. My
All right.
Prim comes back next turn. So I'm gonna fire off Blizzard here.
Blow them away.
Lux, conjure in!
That last weakness is still right wrong. Now it could be fire.
Interesting dilemma. Lux, conjure in!
Here goes nothing. What have we here?
It's bow this time.
My turn now.
I am ready. Bring about a miracle of healing.
Now, what next?
Well, this is as good a time as any.
Lux, conjure in!
I am.
Watch me now.
For him, I
Here
want
goes
to go off
nothing.
next turn. So we'll just hit him with an ice cream.
Cool off.
Let's do this.
Something small while still emphasizing that I do not respect it.
I am ready.
So I think I should only fire off 2 at a time.
What is the logical course of action? Now the true lesson begins! Lux, conjure in!
So yeah, would that actually deal anything extra if I'm already hitting their
I am
weak
ready.
spot? That, I kind of would have liked to check. It's just, fights generally don't last long enough to justify
Bring it.
something like that.
Let's get down to work. Blow them away.
Let's do this.
Here we go.
Well,
Cool
we'll do
off.
icicles.
Here I go.
Point of difference.
I am ready. Bring about a miracle of healing.
What is the logical course of action? Relation, draw down.
Here goes nothing.
Runa Seed with Sleep.
How do you like this?
Interesting dilemma.
I am ready.
Perish. Aw, man. Okay, Tressa,
Here I go.
blow him away. Patience for Tressa, patience for Tressa. Sweet.
My turn.
There you go.
Time to close up shop.
This one only gave me an olive of life. The pomegranate's more valuable. That's part 3 for Graham's diary. Yeah, I don't think there's anything I need to change. So that last one was Haunted Chapter 3, this one is...
The main event.
Is this Darius?
I am ready. Bring about a miracle of healing.
Bring it on.
Here I go.
Bad news for him is being weak to wind. Tressa is going to drill that weakness like no tomorrow.
Interesting dilemma.
So fire.
Great invulnerable.
Okay, that's great news. That means he's either weak to wind or
My turn
Or
now.
not wind, I mean ice or electric. You are not gonna have a good time this time, buddy. She lost all of her SP.
I am ready.
I'm good to break you now.
What to do?
Here we go. Cool off.
Interesting dilemma. Venture Doctor.
Here I go.
So I don't think he used any of the thief stuff when I fought him. Gareth did animate that extremely annoying and tedious fight. Not
How
Darius.
about this?
Now, what my focus is on our Venture Doctor.
Here goes nothing. All right. Blow them away.
I am ready. Bring about a
This-
miracle of healing.
Is he probably gonna steal items again?
Interesting dilemma.
Oh, it's the only thing I can do.
I am ready.
We're gonna stab him.
Bring it on.
He is going to break on Alfyn's next turn. So we want to use a Soothing Dust. Actually, I'll splurge, screw it.
Try this.
It'd be nice if there was an item shop here. Or if I was not so lazy I could have walked over to one of them and bought the stuff. But I digress. So patience is bad here.
Let's do this.
worth a shot.
All right.
So now we're just going to use a pitiful injurious seed combined with the essence of grave.
How do you like this?
I am ready.
So 2 this time. Yeah. Pretty much shouldn't make a difference. Actually, you know what? We're gonna hit him with Elemental Break.
Elemental
We'll debuff him here.
My turn.
I am
So
ready.
keep in mind that would not have been a bad time for a Patience proc. For anyone.
What to do?
I am ready.
So here we want to heal everyone up just in case he
Bring
doesn't
about
die
a miracle
here.
of healing.
In all honesty, he shouldn't die just yet.
Here goes nothing. All right.
So that gave me like what, an extra 400 to 800 damage?
adventure
Ouch. So the lack of elemental weakness hurts Alfyn here.
My turn now. I won't hold back.
Just go back to wind, I guess.
Wind.
Also limits Cyrus's effectiveness, now that I think about it. Where are you left at? Never mind. Behold.
The show is over.
Vitalizing Jam. That's decent. It combines with Doter, I believe. Yeah, I'll get that one later. Have to give myself a first aid. I think you need to beat all these first. Oh, right. That was Therion Chapter 4. So I'm guessing this is Ophelia.
Better roll up the sleeves.
That ice weakness is going to do you no favors, my friend. So I don't want to drill that weakness yet. Actually... yeah, I do.
A tempest of ice shall reign.
I am ready.
Perfect.
Bring about a
Here we're going to
miracle
push
of
everyone
healing.
over the limit that can go over the limit. For a second there I thought he blinded Doc Strange
My
there.
turn now.
Bring on the wind.
Bring it on.
Defend.
Bring it on.
So while I could concoct, this is more fun.
I am ready.
Okay, now we don't have to screw around with elements. We'll get a bigger bang next turn.
Elemental
I was kind of hoping if he had a stick weakness that would trigger it.
Let's do this.
I am ready.
Here goes nothing. All right.
My turn now.
Okay, there we go. That works.
An interesting dilemma. My focus is unparalleled. Lux Conjurer.
This guy apparently has more magic defense than Darius. Considering who he is, I guess that's not completely unexpected.
I am ready.
It's just his magic needs to step it up. Otherwise, this poor SOB is not going to survive.
Now, what next? A
Blizzard or
tempest of
nothing.
ice shall reign.
So I want to try the axe last.
All right.
Here it goes!
Okay, I can't hit him here without
I'm ready.
breaking him. So, let's dance.
The moonlight walks.
Here we go.
No
Blow
turn
them
for you.
away.
I am ready.
I might actually be better off just firing one at a time for the boost
Let's
gauge.
do this!
Not enough elemental attack on that axe.
Now, what next? Elemental triple.
And at this point, it doesn't really matter.
I am ready.
This guy might die right here.
Here I go!
He's down to red health already.
I am ready. Oh, such a light.
Bring. Blow them away.
Jeez.
Ha! Try again.
That was kind of brutal. Olive of Life, Alfyn levels up. Prophet of the Cursed Flame, Matias is dying. So, one of these... Oh no, false alarm, never mind.
Time for the main event.
Yeah, I don't remember you offhand.
Here I go!
Cyrus has got me. So, we'll
Light!
power up for light.
I am ready.
Heal everyone up
Bring about
first.
a miracle of healing.
Tressa got screwed over by her regen.
An interesting dilemma. Ignis are dead.
Okay, I wanted to verify none of them had a fire weakness.
Bring it
That would
on.
be worst case scenario here. Ice?
I am ready.
They do not share a light weakness.
Bring it on. Let the thunder roll.
That is something I can work with.
Now, what next?
So... I want to do it next turn.
Not.
It's my turn now!
I am ready. Bring about a miracle of healing.
An interesting dilemma. Now the true lesson begins. Night Witch to them.
Here we go.
Matias dust with this.
How do you like this?
Yeah, I should have had Cyrus go off next turn. I wasn't really paying attention.
I am ready. Knighthood, bring your shade.
My turn now.
Let's get down to work!
And there go the scholarly bones.
I am ready.
Let's do this. Here I go.
Well, I get a little bit more out of this.
Here we go.
He has a new weakness, which is most likely an elemental. Let's have a peek, shall we?
What have we here?
Fire. 91,000 left.
I am
Damn.
ready. Oh, sacred light.
Great inferno to scorch the land.
We can break him next turn.
Let's
Fairly easily.
fire.
What is the logical course of action? Elemental Tressa.
I am ready. Oh, sacred light.
Bring it on!
Saving my stuff for next turn.
Blow them away!
What to do?
Here's a... Let's get down to work!
Oh, sacred light.
Focus is Ignis Arden.
Here I go.
Fun, fun. And he got cremated.
Got more than you bargained for.
Yeah, that one was pretty painful. Not as bad as Matias, but pretty far up there. So that's Yvonne's diary. Yeah, Alfyn's gonna go another round before I have to heal him or anything. So isn't this the thing that was by Zonta?
I am ready.
No, wait, that was the Mononoke ripoff. So the Venom-Toothed Tiger, let's see. We've seen Darius, we've seen Cyrus's. So Cyrus Therion, we've seen Alfyn's. We've seen Prim's. Could this... I think this might be Ophelia's. No, she had Matias. Haunted had the dragon. Did Tressa have to fight something like this? Because Olberg only fought humans until Chapter 3. Well, only Chapter 3 is a non-human. Oh well. So first things first, heal more.
Bring about a
Probably have to
miracle of
abuse
healing.
Alfyn with the, what's it
Let's
called?
do this. Wind.
I am blanking here. The
Alright!
one... Soothing Dust. That's what it's called. So yeah, I'll probably be falling back on that. So I'm going to analyze them here because I wanted elemental weakness.
Don't you think
Freaking sublime, man.
Ignis of Death!
I probably should look to see if these are the same as they were when we fought them the first time around. Well, we know now it's not wind.
I am ready. Oh, sacred light.
Found it.
Elemental trick!
Here we go.
Less chatter, more burning.
Scorch the earth.
So yeah, it looks like breaking is consistently 50%. I was wondering if it was a change between normal enemies and bosses, but it's like a 50% damage boost across the board.
I am ready.
Well, I can afford it.
Ignis of Death!
Here I go!
So next time around, I'm gonna change the element to fire. Easier to break them that way. Also, I don't think I've seen too many axe weaknesses now that I think about it.
Oh, sacred light.
Wow, one boost will do it. Grim OP. Square Enix, please nerf.
Oh no!
Oh hell, I can endure that. We'll see.
I am ready.
Bring it on.
Ah, you big babies.
Try this.
It would be nice if it was more than one turn.
Course of action. Ignis of Death!
I am ready.
Cyrus, Cyrus, Cyrus.
Oh, sacred light.
What's this now?
We'll have Alfyn heal it up.
Ignis of Death!
Now that I think about it, he actually should deal more damage with light.
All right.
Gotta take you to rehab, Cyrus.
I am ready. Bring about a miracle of healing. Oh, sacred light.
Okay, she needs 2 without that debuff on him.
Let's do this!
Depending on how the patient's procs fall, he could die before he gets another turn.
Lux Conjurer!
Maybe he doesn't have a bishop staff.
Here we
No, he
go.
has battle test, that's right.
Let the thunder roll.
Tressa?
That's a big idea.
Bring
Of course,
about a
Alfyn
miracle of
last.
healing.
What's this now?
1,900.
Oh no! Whoa, that
No point wasting
got more
materials.
than you bargained for!
Oh man, he is 14 off the level up. those. I mean, I still have 90 of them, I can kind of afford it. Okay, that's Graham's first diary.
Time for the main event.
All right.
Burner. So yeah, this would be the old work fight. Because that means that previous one was Tressa's. I remember when she fought that thing, though. Anyway... There's a slim chance I could break him. It's just you'd have to have a bunch of odd weaknesses. It's not likely.
What have we here?
167.
I am ready. Bring about a miracle of healing.
They can't boost anymore. Oh.
What is the logical course of action?
Okay, that complicates things a tad.
Elemental
Here I go!
So right here we need to summon the mercenaries.
I'll get my money's worth.
Okay, we can eliminate sword from the list and they should take care of the debuff.
I am ready.
So keep in mind that was a full health kill. Can't boost anymore, so it doesn't matter.
Bring it on.
Vivify.
That's what I'm here for.
Oh no! Let
Give
me
her
help.
this.
Here we go.
So I'm going to fire off an icicle
Cool
here.
off.
I'm gonna have Cyrus do the scanning since he can't do much else at the moment.
I am ready. Bring about a miracle
Go
of
for the
healing.
overheal.
What's this now? Much to learn.
Okay, he's got an electric weakness. Well, let's prime him.
Oh no!
Scrub. Bring on the wind rune.
Wind!
I am ready.
Here we go. Oh, mighty.
I get a better return this way.
Let the thunder roll.
Oh no!
Pushed over the limit.
My focus is unparalleled.
Well, we're gonna have Prim go offensive, so we'll go with the elemental break here.
Elemental
Oh no!
I am ready.
Oh no!
Bring. Let the thunder roll.
So I can't tell if their defensive stats are lower because they're taking more damage. The flip side of that is I am now fielding the ultimate equipment. I am higher level. So that could be why I'm feeling so much more.
Lux Conjurer!
So keep in mind that hit right there was a eighth of his health, I believe.
I'm ready.
And the good news is Tressa is not feared because she has to renew her buff here.
Bring about a miracle of healing.
Here we
Best
go.
course of action, just swing the axe.
Here! I won't hold back! I won't hold back!
Stick to wind.
Wind!
Now I'll use the axe to deal 3 points of damage towards that per turn.
What's this now?
And then, depending on how good you are at math, you may realize something's up here.
Venture Sultan!
Now if I get a patience proc... Okay,
I'm
good.
ready.
So we're gonna do this. So that way the wind hit will hit him for full.
What's it do?
All right.
Hit him with this.
What's this now?
Do this.
Elemental Grip!
And he's probably gonna die right here.
Here goes.
Fear expired on Cyrus.
Lux Conjurer!
So there is a line I'd like to say as I finish him. It's just it'll spoil a secret project that was
I'm ready.
that's actually been sitting on my hard drive since November 2017. So we only need one.
Oh, simple. The show is over.
Level 71 Prim. And Cyrus hits 60, that's good. So right around there that you finally get enough HP to where you don't die so easily. You get about 100 HP per level, I want to say, around this point. So if you, yeah, I'd say it's about 100, because if you look at the difference between him and Alfyn, you do have to remember that Alfyn, I think, has the highest base HP in the game. From the records of Lord Werner of Riverford, Hornburg will fall. I still remember her smile as she said the words. It was a score of years ago now, mayhap more. A simple sellsword I was then, when she came to me with a sack full of leaves and dark promise in her eyes. She knew as well as I did that I had far greater aspirations in selling my sword for coin. But coin would have to be a start, and what a start she offered me. Not only the leaves to free me from another man's employ, but as much as I asked for to invest in my plot and establish the connections I would need. The life I'd always dreamed of was finally in my grasp. I could use her. I could use her to get all that I ever wanted, or so I thought. And so I took the girl up on her offer, and began my plot to bring down an entire kingdom. I would need men if I were to accomplish anything, so I created my own sellsword company, the Black Brotherhood I called them. I spent 3 years doing nothing but gathering information on Hornburg. Then using what I had learned, I began to systematically remove any obstacles that might stand in my path. I used the girl's connections to make my company of sellswords very much in demand in Hornburg. I took the worst of the lot, those with no scruples and nowhere else to go, and made them out to be bandits and thieves. I set these villains to attacking the borders of Hornburg, and then my Black Brotherhood would turn them back. It was quite the performance. Other armies didn't stand a chance of beating us to the site of each battle. The skirmishes all took place far from the heart of Hornburg. We knew ahead of time exactly where they would happen, since the foes we faced in those battles were in fact our own men. It was an easy feat to give the appearance of a crushing defeat. Through this farce, the Black Brotherhood won the hearts of the people living in those borderlands. Ingraining myself with the families of these borderlands, I used their introductions to buy trust among many powerful houses of Hornburg. The tales of the Black Brotherhood had spread throughout the realm by then, and I used that woman's money freely to strengthen my ties to powerful men within Hornburg and without. Still, King Alfyn was well beloved by his people and his bannermen. It would be no small feat to win their hearts away from him, in which case, things would become much easier if he were simply not in the picture. Hornburg would not last long without the people's love for their liege binding them together. And so my eyes landed upon Earhart, who held a bitter hatred of the king within him. I had appointed him as a member of the King's Own Guard, so that he could be in the perfect position to do the deed. All that remained to be done was to give Earhart the chance that he was all too eager to seize. Mixing lies and truths, I lit a fire among this strong young warrior I befriended. I could spout any lie and it would have not mattered. Humans care little for facts. They believe what they want to believe. In the end, it took me just 12 short years to bring Hornburg to ruin. After the kingdom fell, I decided the time had come to settle my accounts with that woman. I disbanded my company, having no more need for sellswords, and used the riches I had accumulated to buy myself the lands and status that would see me through my remaining days. To tell the truth, this was not easy. I could have gained even more had I remained at that woman's side. She could provide me with wealth and power beyond any human's wildest dreams. But to pursue this any further would be madness. Perhaps I was already mad to serve so long at her beck and call and to bring down a kingdom. She was beautiful, there could be no doubt of that. But did I desire her even for a moment? No, for within that attractive trapping was evil, pure evil, intent on bringing humanity to ruin. If a man dared touch any part of it, his own flesh would rot and fall away. She was a lethal poison. She was a witch. And so, I cut myself off from her entirely, and did not look back. Funny though, is it not? In the end, I could not escape her. She brought about my ruin as surely as if I had indulged in her poisonous touch. For in the end, just as I felt Hornburg, it was Hornburg's last night who laid me low. Okay, I hope they let me finish reading those, because otherwise I'm going to be very, very unhappy. Yes, hey, here's the door, go walk through it at your leisure. Next up is Matias. Oh, Yvonne first, then Matias. From the diary of Headmaster Yvonne of the Royal Academy. It was 15 years ago when I first learned of that tome. The headmaster's chair was but a dream to me in those days, when my prize student Lucia brought a young woman to me. The woman told me that I was best suited to the position of headmaster, that there was no knowledge, no position that should be off limits to a man of my ability. And so she taught me many things, one being the existence of ancient tomes containing the long-forgotten secrets of old. There are several volumes of forbidden writings in Atlasdom's great libraries, and no eyes but the headmasters are allowed to look upon them. The tome in question is one of these. It was the last extant trace of the legendary sage known as Solomon, whose name lives on in history through the land of his birth, the Kingdom of Bernstein, though the land of his birth, the Kingdom of Bernstein, has long since been forgotten. Long has it been said that he who can decipher its true meaning will obtain power over even life and death. The current headmaster is not worthy of such knowledge. What he lacks in intellect only pales to what he lacks in character. I cannot depend on him. I would depend on you. She wished to decipher the secrets of the tome and share its knowledge with the worthy alone. Thus, a great scholar was needed, one who would be able to fully understand the arcane truths within the tome. The doddering fool who now serves as headmaster could never do such a thing, but a genius such as you, Yvonne? Surely you, of all the scholars in the realm, are up to the task. Yes, that was how she persuaded me. It was true that I bore little resemblance to the former headmaster, who was interested in nothing but his studies, and whose only praiseworthy trait was his tenacity in that single-minded pursuit. But I was different. I knew that knowledge is worth its weight in gold, and more critically, my intellect far outstripped his. How could the idiots around me fail to realize this? The woman told me that the then headmaster, holding a lofty office, he had done so little to deserve what was tantamount to sin, and I agreed. When she asked me if I could remove him, I assured her that it would be the simplest of tasks, and so I had him assassinated just as she wished, leaving out a trace of evidence behind to incriminate myself. Shortly after, I ascended to the headmaster's seat in his place. I encountered the strange woman only once more after that day. When I reported to her that I had murdered the former headmaster, she flashed a chilling smile and simply replied, "So you did." Then she walked away, never again to appear before me. Perhaps removing that man was all she wanted of me after all, I thought. It was no matter. The tome was in my grasp, and I immediately set myself to uncovering its secrets. All the rumors I had heard were true. It was a work of staggering genius. With Lucia as my assistant, I was able to obtain other rare and ancient texts from that woman, even if I never saw her again. Yes, everything was going just as I had planned, and power beyond the imagination was finally within my reach. How did it all come to this? Damn that accursed Lucia. Damn that heartless conniving witch. How did I not see? She meant to use me from the very start. I was the one who unlocked the secrets. I who constructed the basic theories of how to effectively control life and death. And as soon as I had done that, she had no more need for me. That was why she gave me a flawed blood crystal and led Cyrus right to me, so that she could dispose of me without dirtying her own hands. You despicable, loathsome, hateful woman. Death has not cooled my fury, but only fueled it to greater heights. Curse you. Curse you and that unholy witch you brought to my side. May the deceitful Lucia burn for all eternity. May the foul witch Lyblac be banished beyond the farthest reaches of hell. Well, the important thing to know is he seems to be taking defeat rather gracefully, don't you think? Yeah, I'm not buying it either. Anyway, next up is Matias. From the Diary of Matias, Prophet of the Accursed Flame. Once I too believed in the teachings of the Sacred Flame. I led the people in its light as a servant of the Church. No one could have doubted that I was anything but a pious believer in those days, and when I look back upon it now, it all seems so painfully foolish. When was it that I first began to doubt the flame? Perhaps it was after I met Lyblac. But no, that was but the catalyst to what was already growing within me. Even before Lyblac appeared, those feelings had taken root in my heart. The small village whose church I had been appointed to was destroyed in a conflagration, started by a capricious strike of lightning. The flame spread before me, even knew. The flame spread before we. That doesn't sound right to me, but I don't know. Maybe that is intentional. The flame spread before we even knew what was happening. Oh, the flame spread before we even knew what was happening. Yeah, spread is the verb there. Before we knew it, we were engulfed in hell's fire. Countless were lost to the flames, even the innocent young children who I had loved so dearly. They had committed no sins. They did not deserve to have their flesh seared and their bones turned to ash. So I prayed to the flame. I prayed and prayed that their lives would be spared. Fool that I was. Even after they were dead and gone, I believed that if I prayed hard enough, they might return to us, that a miracle might occur. And so I offered up every scrap of faith that I had, until at long last I realized the truth. Believing in the sacred flame and praying to it would not bring about a miracle. And if my faith could not bring me and those I love succor in our times of greatest need, then it was worthless. It did not matter to me if the power I needed was forbidden. I would use that power for the force of good and bring about miracles. That was the true faith to which my eyes were finally opened. It was not something I had been tricked into by another. I had reached enlightenment. It was only fitting that such a revelation came to me, the one true savior. While Lyblac may not have been responsible for my enlightenment, I am still grateful to her. After all, she is the one who granted me the blessing of 100 years free from aging. The dark secrets written in that tome can allow a man to cheat death, and I owe her a debt for sharing them with me. I gained eternal life, or close enough, as a true savior should. I then took it upon myself, as my duty to save as many people as I could with the power granted to me. And so I set out to kindle a darker flame in our realm. If the sacred flame could be weakened, yet more of Galdera's accursed power would seep through the Gates of Finis, and I would be able to claim even greater strength for myself. I hid myself away from those in the church who wished to stop me, but the long march of time was my ally. It wore away the lives and the memories of any and all who once knew me, until it was as if my face had been washed away like words written in the sand. None who still live would remember me as an apostate to the church. With enough leaves, all things are possible. Even obtaining a new name is little challenge. And so I worked my way back into the church's graces as the traitor Matias. Even the venerable Archbishop Yosef did not suspect me for a moment. Every step of the way, fate has shown me that I am in the right. I was able to uncover Galdera's altar because I am right. I was able to use a fragment of Galdera's power to bring about a miracle because I am right. I could become the savior of Whispermill and command its people to do my wishes because I am right. With Simeon as an ally, I never wanted for money nor power. The Obsidians served me well whether they knew it or not. Simeon claimed never to have spoken of me to the others. I know not if he meant to use me as a secret weapon against the others if the need ever arose, or if it was simply that he did not trust me, but it hardly mattered. After laboring for so many decades, the time had come at last. I had succeeded in debilitating Archbishop Yosef with the poison the Obsidians had provided me. It was a beautiful poison. No one would ever suspect it was anything but a natural death. All that remained for me to do was to cast a dark shadow on the heart of Liana, the next flame bearer, and the sacred flame would soon burn black. That is what was meant to be. That is what was about to be. But no. Damn it all to the farthest reaches of hell. The culmination of all I had worked for was mere inches away. So close I could feel the kiss of the accursed flame. And instead it was all snatched away. That fire snuffed out to leave me in utter darkness and despair. I am the savior. I was meant to bring Galdera's flame to the world. Why should I be left in this black hell? It is dark here. The blackness. It is all-consuming. Darker than 1,000 starless nights. Please, someone, anyone, bring me some light. And here it is. The one that you guys are probably waiting for. So I'm going to grab a drink before I get started because this is definitely taking a toll on me. From the Diary of Graham Crossford, Part the First. Grave tidings reached me as I was passing through Victor's Hollow in my travels. My beloved's condition had worsened. I knew my journey must be brought to a swift conclusion, lest it be too late in the end. I made up my mind to sail across the verdant deep. The final ingredient I required was the pinion of an ogre eagle, that most fearsome beast of the sky. They are said to make their home in the forest of Rube. Beyond that vast emerald sea. When I arrived at the harbor, there was only one ship to be found. It was a grand one, no mistaking that, but the captain was none other than Leon Bastral. I recognized him at once, of course. Who could travel these lands without hearing a tale or 10 of the dread pirate captain, the very mention of whose name would set even the bravest sailor's heart pounding and palms sweating? Yet I found the man to be quite different from the one spoken of in legend. Captain Leon Bastral stood at the helm of a merchant trader, which was preparing to hoist sail the very moment I came upon it. I told him of my haste and implored that he let me aboard. I'm afraid I don't just let anyone board my ship, he told me, and I felt as though I were being put to some kind of test. It was clear this was a man who did not easily place his trust in others. My coin purse as impoverished as my hopes, I held out the only thing of value I could offer, my journal. This is the most valuable of my possessions, I explained. Within it you will find a record of every region of this vast continent, every town I have visited, and every path I have tread. Surely such knowledge is worthy the trouble of having one more body aboard your ship for this voyage. After all, what need had I of such a log then? My journey was nearly over. All that remained was to obtain the final ingredient and hasten home to my beloved's side. Captain Leon gave a boisterous laugh and gestured me onto his ship with a grin. You'd have me believe the leaves of that old book are more valuable than the leaves in my coffers. You must have had quite the journey. I wouldn't mind hearing about it, as you swab my decks. As his ship tossed about the stormy sea, my thoughts drifted ahead of the winds to where my wife awaited me. I could see her face in my mind so clearly that it felt as though it was only minutes ago that we'd parted, not countless moons. And I prayed that the flame would guide me back to her while that gentle smile still graced her lips. It's almost finished at last, my love. Pray wait for me just a little longer. I know not what has become of my journal since I parted ways with Captain Leon, but looking back, I am relieved that I left my hands when it did. Surely it is better that my final entry ended with some traces of hope, rather than the bitter pain I would eventually find at journey's end. So that's how Tressa came into possession of it, and how Leon came into possession of it by extension. So is this part 2? Well, that one we're going to do last. That's 3. From the Diary of Graham Crossford, Part the 2nd. All hope was lost. My beloved was gone forever. I had finally finished the elixir, but it was too late. Mere days too late. My one true love had drawn her last breath just as I was racing back to her side, medicine in hand, and heart filled with renewed hope. For 3 days and 3 nights I lost myself in tears, a river of tears too deep and raging for me to ford my way across it. It was after the funeral that the woman found me. Lyblac, she called herself. In the depths of my anguish, my life bereft of all meaning. She asked me a simple question, terrible in its implications. Wouldn't you like to see your beloved once more? That insidious offer, a mere whisper in the wind, took hold of me. Try as I might, I could not close my ears to it. If it would mean seeing my love once more, then I would give my very life without regret. Lyblac spoke of the Gate of Finis, which separates this world from the next. If I could find it and cast it open, I could bring my beloved back to my side. I had heard the legends before, of course, but for the first time I found myself desperate to believe them. Begging the help of one of Kit's companions, I set out to the southeast. It was a fool's journey, but what else remained to me but a fool's hope? On my way, I passed through the village of Clearbrook. There I came across a young boy, stricken with illness and lingering just outside death's door. Convulsions racked his small frame, and his skin was mottled with the purplish pox. I recognized the symptoms at once. How could I not? It was the same foul malady that stole my beloved from me. I felt the touch of fate in this meeting. Though I had not been in time to save my true love, I still carried the elixir I had labored so long to create. A remedy that could do nothing for her now. There was no doubt in my mind what I must do, and so I treated the boy with my medicine. When I looked at the boy's face, finally at peace and in calm repose, I saw my beloved again, and in her gentle eyes, I found forgiveness. I hope I can do that again. I hope I can do that too someday. Such were the boy's words to me when he was strong enough to speak again. He told me he wished to follow in my footsteps and become a great apothecary. His words were a reward I never expected. At that moment, I felt as though my journey was perhaps not a fool's one after all. I left what remained of the elixir and the rest of my medicines behind with the boy, and I set out once more, turning my feet again to the Gate of Finis. Little did I know that I was making the greatest mistake of my life. So yeah, it's a little hard for me to do Alfyn's voice, or the pitch of his voice, since I've been doing this for a little too long. You can probably tell my throat is getting a little scratchy. But anyway, that was Miguel's diary. That was the Miguel fight. And you have to ask yourself, this is where we fought the dragon with Hannet. Why is Graham's third diary here? What is Graham's connection to Hannet? And here's the heartbreaker, folks. Brace yourselves. From the Diary of Graham Crossford, Part the Third. How could I have been so wrong? All I thought of was bringing my beloved back to the world of the living. When Lyblac told me such a thing could be done, I was all too willing to swallow her pretty words. The moment that I arrived before the gate, I felt a finger of ice run along my spine. Even if my mind had been too slow to recognize it, my very body was being repelled by that gate, or more precisely by what lay beyond it. While I struggled to catch my breath, Lyblac sketched out a magic circle on the ground with practiced ease. As she traced each twisted line and rune, her hand never faltered. How many times must she have prepared for this moment in her heart of hearts? It was at that moment that I realized just how she had longed for this moment, how fiercely she desired to see the dark ritual to completion. Only by this ritual may the gate be opened. It will not be pleasant for you, but you must bear it if you wish to see your beloved once more. So Lyblac spoke as she led me to the center of the magic circle. As she began the ritual, the first thing I felt was a great pain that struck my entire body at once. It was followed by a strange sensation like nothing I'd ever experienced. I felt myself stretching and swelling from the inside out. From the corner of my eye, I saw my own hand changing to something foreign and awful. And then, the fear. Lyblac watched my transformation with a glow in her eye. It was then I knew this ritual was not intended to open the gate and bring my wife back to me. Yes, I know what truly lies beyond the Gate of Finis. That horror is what Lyblac sought to bring back to our world, and I was to be the vessel. I've been I'd be lying if I said I had no idea this was coming. My conversations with Lyblac had led me to suspect this ritual would not work for just anyone. It seemed that she needed my blood, the blood of House Crossford, descended from an ancient line of sorcerers. That is why I must be the one to prevent her plan from succeeding. For if I fail, she will only turn her sights upon my dear Kit. No, that I cannot allow. So while I realized before the end what Lyblac intended, I continued to accompany her in her aim so that I could see the truth of the ritual for myself, and foil it however I could. Little did I know that I was dealing with a power far, far beyond any mortal's control or conception. I felt my own sense of self growing faint and distant, and something else entirely filling me. I resisted it with all that I had, but that presence, to that thing, a being like myself, a fragile human spirit, could be crushed as easily as an insect beneath your heel. Then just before my mind was completely consumed by the darkness, I saw the smiling faces of my wife and son one last time. I screamed. The memory of my wife gave me the power to resist at that last critical moment. I imagine Lyblac herself did not think I would ever strike back at her, but I had already grown far stronger than I had been as a man. Even when I only managed to land a single blow to her, it cut her deep. She staggered back and the ritual was interrupted. This is my chance. All I need to do is chase after her as she flees and cut her evil at the root, bringing everything to an end. That is what I must do. But where am I going? Why am I turning into something else? Something less and less human. And so, I wander the land without aim. There are periods of time I cannot remember. I come back to myself surrounded by destruction. No memories, but I know it was me. These blackouts grow more frequent. They come for me now. No, stay your hand. I am no monster. I am a man. I am a man. So if you don't recognize the pattern of speech there, Graham Crossford is Red Eye. Kit is his son, and that's why Lyblac is looking for him. So that was the big twist of the game right there, that Graham lived until I did that final chapter with Haunted. From the records of House Ravis. From the time of my first memories, I recall my father lecturing me on the origins of our house, on what it meant to be the head of House Ravis, and on what it was I must give my life to protect. My father had heard the same from his father, and his father from his father before him. The House of Ravis is blessed with many treasures, and many who covet them. To one born in the House of Ravis, such things are as natural and given as the blue of the sky above us. We are blessed with great treasures, and it is our duty to protect those treasures from those who would use them for ill. Among all those treasures, there were none greater than the Dragonstones. The Dragonstones were bestowed upon the first Lord Ravis by the legendary King Beowulf I of Hornburg, and they have been passed down in our family ever since. The stones are said to have come from a land far to the east, and they are worth far more than their weight in gold, but that is not where their true value lies. A power sleeps within them, and it makes them valuable beyond mortal comprehension, for the name Dragonstone is no simple fancy. The stones house the power of the great worms, whose name they bear. It is said the great sorcerer Odin Crossford used the power of the Dragonstones to seal shut the Gate of Finis. Crossford had campaigned together with King Beowulf and aided him in the founding of Hornburg. My father, when he was still with us, once told me this: power in itself is neither good nor evil. It is the man who wields the blade who decides whether he fights for good or evil. That is why King Beowulf entrusted the stones to the man he trusted above all others, the loyal knight who would become the first lord of House Ravis. Great power can bring about boundless good, or unfathomable evil. It is the duty of our house to keep the Dragonstones safe and protect them from those who would wield them for dark ends. Yet, given enough time, great power will always awaken a hunger in others who would claim it for themselves. Once the Dragonstones came to House Ravis, there was no end to those who lusted after them, not to mention our many other riches. Even kith and kin cannot be trusted to stand against such temptation. Once a rumor reached my ears that suspicious parties were inquiring into the whereabouts of the stones at the behest of my own relatives. It may be that those who sabotaged the carriage my wife and I were riding in did so at the bidding of my own blood. is to become of you? You are too gentle to ever doubt another. I fear that many will draw near to you, cloaked in the guise of kindness, and seek to deceive you. Cordelia, I can protect you no longer. No matter how I try to call out, my voice cannot reach to you on the other side. Yet this I hope you know. Though a time may come when you are betrayed by one you trust, I believe your heart will not falter. You will not lose your faith in people, and this is for the best. For there are those truly worthy of your unwavering trust, and you will find them and keep them close at your side. I held on to such faith, and I was rewarded with a loyal companion worth 1,000 other men. Heathcote has been true to me in all things. Surely, such a friend will also appear before you, one worthy of your faith. And so I beg you, Cordelia, never stop believing in others, for it is this faith that will save you in the end. Okay. So I think I actually want to use this party. I'm switching him out just to heal him, in case you're wondering. Yeah, right, menu. That puts me exactly at the 100 point. Okay. So Prim for Cyrus, perhaps? Let's see. Actually, no. So this is going to be team single target, this is going to be team multi-target. So I hope Hannet can lead them to victory. I'm going to pull Ophelia out real quick just to heal her up. I'm going to use the cheap healing grapes because I'm not going to use those in the fight. So, skills, equip support skills, saving grace, we have augmented elements, elemental edge, hard worker, she has patience, she has second wind, she has saving grace. Wow, I didn't actually learn a lot of skills on her. In case you're wondering, Alfyn has all of them. These are all the skills. I did not teach him all the divine skills though, just all the passives. I just realized I was using her without second serving. That is so bad, man. I'm gonna ditch second wind too because it's not too helpful here. So I'm gonna do this for elemental edge, and she should be set. Oh my god, that is so bad. She doesn't need BP Eater, by the way, because she's not too offensive. Is there something I would rather do start? She's missing stuff, so I'm just gonna leave her with BP Eater. So I'm gonna inspect Olberg, then I'm gonna swap them over. Patience, perfect. Actually, wait a second. Because I'm thinking I should probably get rid of second serving. Wow, he doesn't even have it. I'll try it without it. Trying to do some math real quick. Yeah, I think I need second serving on him. Okay. And we already inspected Ophelia, so she's good to go. What's Hanet's HP at? Now the thing is, she doesn't need the second serving, so I'm gonna give her Saving Grace. Saving Grace, Stronger Strikes. Oh, he doesn't have it. That's why I have him using that one. So yeah, he doesn't have the buff. Elemental Aid would be overkill. Snatch is not going to help you where you're going, so you want to give him insult to injury so that he can debuff better. Saving Grace, Second Wind, Patience. I'm thinking about ditching Second Wind, to be honest, but I don't know what I'd replace it with either. Recipients. It's worthless. Yeah, I didn't really teach him a lot. So real quick, do a run through, make sure everyone has items. Items that you don't mind them finishing the game with. There are places where you can farm the physical belt if you want more copies of them. I actually want to give her something for accuracy. There we go. The reason for this being is in the final fight... Actually, she is a single target one. She's more flexible than Hornburg, so yeah, I'll leave her in team multi-target. Actually, wait a second. We need Therion. Because your two BP batteries are Tressa and Alfyn, I would like to keep the two of them separate. So let's see, if I put her on team multi-target... Yeah, I think Therion's better on this team. So we almost have all the usual suspects, it's just we're swapping out Hornburg for Hanna just because Hornburg isn't as good with multi-target damage unless you're going to make him a hunter. So if I wanted Hanna, I'd have to change them around a little bit, it's just I'd rather have... I'd rather have the HP regen, I think. So I am going to take this off, though. I don't know if there's any instant death moves that the final boss is going to use, it's just if he does, that is cheap as all hell. We'll give him this one to try to make him a little bit more durable. Could give him the Forbidden Shield, I guess. I'm really tempted to give him Robe of the Flame. Yeah. I'm not planning to dodge too much. I imagine it's going to be spells coming my way anyway, so we'll pop some plums to fill that up. That should give him more regen too, so I'll have that going for me. And for the first time, we are going to be walking around without Alfyn. I don't think it actually matters, really. Because I think they're going to ask you which group you want to do what. Form two parties. Actually, I probably should keep Prim and Ophelia separate. The thing is, this is the guy with the massive debuffs. She doesn't have anyone with her. It's hard to say. But anyway, in case you're wondering why this is called Octopath Traveler, this is why.
You?
Quite the stubborn ones, aren't we?
Why, yes.
Where's Kit? That's the question on your lips, isn't it?
Kit.
Why, he's right there, standing before your eyes.
Just so.
The 13th god, Galdera, the Fallen. He and Kit are one and the same.
The Gate of Finis.
Was created to seal Galdera beyond the boundaries of this world. And the Crossford family, you see, comes from a long and ancient line that carries the stuff of the Dark God in their veins.
But in truth,
Many years ago, I led Graham, Kit's father, to the same place. I told him that by coming here, he could return his beloved to the land of the living. A lie, of course, but he was all too willing to believe.
and then...
All was proceeding according to plan, but in the end I underestimated the strength of the man's spirit.
Oh,
The ritual failed and Graham escaped somewhere, though he hardly resembled himself anymore. This time, though, will be different. This time I will not fail.
it begins.
At long, long last, Galdera shall rise again, and all the world will know his fury. You too have an important role to play on this historic day. Your flesh, your blood, your very soul feed the Dark God and give him strength.
Father.
Can you hear me? Father, your daughter calls for you.
Galdera, my father!
Oh, Father, pray show mercy on these poor, wretched souls. I hear you, my daughter. Oh, Father, at last we are together. My daughter, for fulfilling your fate, I bestow upon you eternal slumber. Brave souls, you too have earned the same reward. So come, let us consume all life on this world. Let us consume the gods themselves. For now, in eternity, there is only us. There is only Galdera. Okay, I'm gonna be doing post-game commentary, we're gonna call it for this part, just because this boss is so damn tedious. Whenever he has one of those little minion things out, you can't hurt him. So you have to kill the little minion thing, and it has a deceptively high amount of HP.
Bring about a miracle.
So anyway, right here I start off with the heal more like usual, just so I have like a little bit more wiggle room. The thing is, these things put out enough damage to where, if you're not using Saving Grace, you have to be really high level to win this one. So anyway, that one should be weak to light. There's 3 different ones that he can summon. The Spellcaster, I think the Status Afflictor, and then the Hitter. And based on which one he has out, you should adjust accordingly. Now the reason why this fight takes so damn long is that eyeball in the middle has 500,000 hit points. So yes, I am seriously going to sit here for about 1 hour to fight this thing. Now the good news and bad news is, while I don't have the team that I wanted to bring for this one, this is more of a fight for magic users. I have Tyrion and Olberg here. Believe it or not, Olberg is actually pretty solid here. It's just I would have loved to have someone other than Tyrion. Now the thing is, you want Alfyn for this part of the fight, because this is where you're going to get status bombed hard. And you basically need to use not the Purifying Dust, the Soothing Dust, Curious Bloom combo to be your AoE Asuna spell. Pretty much you have to abuse Concoct like no tomorrow here. Now the other thing that takes place is I will also take advantage of all those soul stones I've accumulated over the course of the game. Since this particular team can't really deal a lot of AoE damage, we have 2 guys who kind of suck at it. That's where all those stones I accumulated will come into play, and I seriously mean I use a lot of those suckers.
How do you like this?
I'd like to say I'm exaggerating, but I want to say at least 3 dozen were used in this fight. So right there, that move is kind of annoying. It's a single target nuke, but it's going to get worse because the eye is able to put all sorts of effects on the battlefield. It has something where... Do I actually do that? Brand's Thunder is the move you should want to use here. So yeah, I really get screwed by the RNG on these moves. So I could have just swung once and done more damage. But anyway, I lost my train of thought. I know I said 3 dozen soul stones. Not too much for Therion to do here. Like, the really nice part is he can do some AoE light damage on account of being able to hire the cleric. But otherwise, he's gonna be my BP battery of sorts. So I brought in the knight. If you want this guy, I think I mentioned it earlier, I'm not entirely sure. That's the erstwhile sellsword or something like that. You get a quest for him where you have to beat up those 3 guys, one in Atlaston, one in Duskbarrow, and the other one's in Shore or something. If you do that, then you can recruit him, and he's one of the best you can get in the game. If you're not going to deal with a boss like this, the Drunken Soldier in Flame's Grace is also a good one. That's the one that has the bad breath spell, like Malboro from Final Fantasy. And then if you want something defensive, Ogun is by far the best defensive one. In terms of like offensive power, I wouldn't recommend any of them. They're just too strong. So right there you get to see me abuse the veterans. Pretty much if you're here, you have nothing to hold back. Just go all out. As a result, I use items like No Tomorrow, which is sadly a must for this. Now I remember, I was talking about the effects I can put in play. So there are a variety of effects that the eyeball can do, the first of which is the additional poison. And what I mean by that is anyone who's poisoned will lose SP and BP, I believe. Pretty nasty stuff. That's why the concoction I told you about earlier is so important. Soothing Dust, Curious Bloom. So the one on the top is only weak to physical moves. The one down on the bottom is weak to magic. Or is it the other way around? You'll see as I go. So right here is the Noxious Fumes. Poison drains SP BP.
Witchery.
Right there is the Status Bomb. That wouldn't really be as bad if there was a ribbon in the game. That is one of my big complaints. There's no good answer to a Status Bomb. There's really no way to prevent it. I mean, if you got lucky with Alfyn and his, I can't remember what the United spell is called.
I am ready.
That's gonna drive me crazy, man. That's basically all you have to fall back on. And don't use dark spells here because, as a dark god, that's the only weakness that does not appear here at all. You'll see the other elements, you'll see mostly light, and so on.
Here we go.
Okay, there we go, rehabilitate.
I got just what you need.
So yeah, with no ribbon, status effects are horribly overpowered, but only when the enemy is
I
using
am
them.
ready.
Anyway, the next effect that you can put into play is an elemental damage amplification aura. That may sound good because, hey, you can... I wonder if you could actually poison them now that I think about it, but it's going to amplify your elemental attacks, right? Well, bad news is, since this is the final boss, the secret boss, the true boss, we're going to consider him, he does obscene amounts of damage, and when that elemental aura is on the field, you can very easily get one shot for full health if you don't actually have Ogun's 9,999 in play. And if you don't have Ogun, the next best thing you can do is, I believe, Doter's Grace, Purifying Seed with Essence of Grape. That's a 9,999 point heal. Doter's Charity will turn that into AoE, and that will cap everyone at the limit. You do not see me use that one, just keep in mind that is an option on how you want to do it. Now, I want to say there's a third, yeah, the Dark One. So then the third effect you can put into place is just like an AoE darkness. So it sucks to be a physical attacker there, hence why I wanted more of the AoE spellcasters. So anyway, the next wrinkle is at one point he's going to summon all three of those specter things. They will revive one another. You have to take down all three within a very short window, and not at the same time. And it's just so tedious. Like, fun is one of the absolute last words I use to describe this boss. The status bombs, the obscene amounts of damage, the regen.
Bring about a miracle of healing.
It's ridiculous to me. One thing that I do like about the final boss here, though, is there's multiple targets. So that encourages your AoE spells. There's a bit of strategy to be put into place. In case you're wondering what that is, it's poison on steroids, as far as I can tell. But otherwise, the boss here will very much do like Dullahan did in Sun 2 with the Jinn. Basically, he's going to siphon your BP so that you can't use any of the advanced spells, you can't heal as well, you can't damage as well, you can't do shit as well. And what's the answer to that, you ask?
Here.
You can't see it, but this is me shrugging. One other good part I have to say, though, is that the boss does encourage you to use all 8 members. I've been rotating them all game to a certain degree, Cyrus, Tressa being a bit of an exception.
Try this.
And we're at the point where it's... Right there's the status
I'm
codes.
ready. Bring about a miracle of healing.
This is the point where actually rotating stuff pays off. So anyway, next turn you're going to get hit by an AoE ice spell. It can very easily kill your guys from over max health, so... yeah.
So.
No!
But anyway, the one thing to keep in mind that I try to emphasize throughout this is you have to remember that eyeball has 500,000 hit points. And remember, I have yet to damage it. Actually, I may have hit it once maybe, but not a serious
May the
hit.
sacred flame shine forth.
It just makes this entire thing so damn
Bring it on.
tedious. But anyway, strategy-wise,
Blow them
Alfyn is
away.
the linchpin to the primary fight due to the AoE cleansing, the Curious Mist that you saw. The linchpin to the second strategy is Tressa, to a lesser degree Harness.
I'm ready.
Right there you can see the ice spell, and you got to see how short work it made out of everyone. So, I used the revive here just hoping maybe one of them will draw fire and all will be well with the world. And we lose Prim.
Here's the big idea. Here goes
So the
nothing.
good news about that is I have to spend time healing up, trying to stem the bleeding, and yeah. So I thought right here I used the bead, but I guess not. Not the bead, the olive.
How about this?
So I did that just so he wouldn't go down. I'm trying to keep him alive. And they go for Therion instead, but that was death to whoever it was for the most part.
Have I failed?
Here goes
So
nothing.
keep in mind there's no save points, you can't leave here until you're done, so if you get wiped here you have to start all the way back with the 8 bosses, and then you come here. So that's another thing they have to count as a mark
Try
against
this.
it. I don't know how many of the old Square games you've played, but they've always let you leave these.
I'm ready.
I'm trying to think if there was an exception. I think the Lufia games had one that reset if you left.
Stay strong.
Or Star Ocean.
What's this?
I know in the second game that wasn't the case. I don't remember how the sphere thing worked in the third one.
Bring it on.
And I stopped playing after the third one. so I can't tell you too much about that one. Final Fantasies... I think in the 1 remake they added in random dungeons, but...
Try this.
This is kind of out of left field. Now, the one thing I have to say is I did not play Bravely Second. I played part, like 2/3 of Bravely Default before I got tired of playing the same game 4 or 5 times in a row, and I didn't finish it. And if what I'm saying sounds like something ludicrous or absurd, they ran out of money during development, I guess, so you have to retread the same ground like 4 times to beat the game. And it's not fun, it's just tedious.
Victory shall be mine.
So anyway, while we're on the topic of tangents, I'll give you guys a little bit of game trivia. So, if you remember where every character starts, you want to start in Flame's Grace, and write down the first letter of each character's name going clockwise. Tell me what that spells. So in case you're wondering where the characters' names came from, that will make it nice and clear for you. And in case you're wondering, yes, it does spell out a word, starting with Ophelia, in case you want to hint. Ophelia to Cyrus.
Bring it on.
So anyway, you gotta see me recover from the brink of defeat. Basically, I'm gonna keep doing this for about 45 or so minutes, and then we'll move on to the next phase. So there isn't really too much for me to say here. There's... like, I haven't even gotten to the part where he just goes even more invulnerable.
I am ready.
It's just a really bad boss fight. In all honesty, I really did like the game until you hit this point, because this is just really out of left field. It doesn't feel like it meshes with the rest of the game. It's like it was literally tacked on at the last
I am
one.
ready.
Basically, it was a nice concept. The thing is, it just drags too damn much.
I think not.
When it tells you like half an hour to actually scratch the thing, you have a major problem in your game design. And in all seriousness, it was this dungeon that just killed any desire I had to replay the game.
I am ready.
What's worse, in case you're wondering, is there's no real reward for this. You get a little dinky accessory that says, hey, no more random encounters, but who gives a damn at that point? I mean, there's nothing left. It's just a freaking mess. Well, I was kind of hoping for it to be some sort of additional ending, something more than just the little blurb you get before they send you on your way. Like, the only reason you want to do this is for the sake of challenge. Any other reason, you don't have any other reason.
Let's get down to work.
So I'm sticking to the Blizzard and Lightning spells on Alfyn because I get amplification from the battle-tested axe for that.
The battle is truly joy.
You'll basically see me do the same thing with Tressa and the wind spells in the next area.
The Dawn fights.
So overall, if you're playing along, my recommendation is if you bring Ulbrich here, use the Brand's Thunder, whatever the divine skill is. It's better than the Guardian Lion Dog. It's just more reliable, and I want to say the base damage is higher. So right here, it's going to be vulnerable for a little while, and then he's going to revive all those things.
Let's get down to work.
And rinse and repeat.
Let the thunder roll.
Out of my way.
I'd keep going, but I think by now you understand that I was really disappointed with what I found here. The boss rush that gave you more diary entries, revealed what happened to Graham and everything. So, I thought that was pretty good. That part I liked.
Here we go.
This is when the game just dives off the cliff, though. In case you're wondering, I'll provide a partial commentary for the next phase of the boss fight.
Damn!
That double tomahawk is definitely saving the day here. Would have been nice if I could have brought in another one, but Alfyn needs the battle-tested axe.
I see.
I am ready.
Overall, I kind of dread what would happen if I had taken
Bring
Theory
about a
on.
miracle of healing.
Victory shall be mine!
I do have to say, if I try this again, now that I know which fight is where, it would be a little bit faster. But the whole part about me having to go through the boss rush beforehand is just bullshit.
Here goes. Oh, right! Let the thunder roll!
I am ready.
Like, I don't know how you guys feel, but I've always said that trial and error is the worst type of game design you can have.
I am ready.
This game did nothing to persuade me otherwise. So I think if I'm not boosting here, I'm going to do it next turn. It takes like 2 boost charges to hit the damage cap in most circumstances. So he's that weak to light, plus the
Here
BT.
goes. Oh, right! Let the thunder roll!
That was the cat trying to get up on the microphone, in case you guys heard that.
Here.
That's her greeting you guys.
No! Iron Blade is unbending! The dog fight!
And you can see, even with the single target left, Guardian Lion Dog just
I'm ready.
falls off. It's great everywhere else, but here you have to go back to the button still.
So simple.
So anyway, keep in mind, Old Brick did, we'll say 10,000 damage there. So 10,000 out of 500, well, right there you get to see it. So he's down to about 90%
The
HP.
battle is truly
And
joined.
this fight's been going on for 25 minutes now, I think? 20. Forgot that since I'm doing this after editing it, it actually is being timed. We're 19 minutes and 50 seconds right now. So just keep in mind, when he revives the other 3, you have to pop all 3 simultaneously to expose them. If you don't, they revive each other.
I am
They have
ready.
a crapload of HP, far higher than any regenerating enemy probably
Bring about a
should
miracle
have.
of healing.
And then once all 3 are gone, then the eye gets serious, starts getting triple turns. And depending if that triple turn comes during a time where the elemental damage is up, he might be able to wipe your entire team for full health. Just keep in mind that's a possibility. Anyway, I'm getting bored here, so I'm going to jump to the next section. Feel free to stick around. If you want to move on to the next
Victory
one,
shall be mine.
jump forward like 40 minutes from now and see where it's at.
Here goes nothing. What have we here?
I am ready. Bring about a miracle of healing.
Out of my way. I'll take this.
Here we go. Let the thunder roll!
I see.
The dog fight!
I am ready. Stay strong. the miracle of healing.
All right. How do you like this?
The battle is true. Now then. I think not. Now then.
I am ready. Do you see the light?
My turn.
Here. Here goes nothing. Let the thunder roll!
I am ready. Do you see the light?
I see how it faces.
The dog fights.
I am ready.
Here we go! All right! Let the thunder roll! Here.
Is unbound. The dog fights.
I am ready. Do you see the light?
Victory shall be mine.
Here.
I am ready.
All right. Let the thunder roll!
I am ready. May the sacred flame shine forth.
Here goes nothing. My turn.
Now then. Have a taste of this!
What's this? No good. Stay strong.
Victory shall be mine!
That's the big idea. Here we go. My turn. Here.
No good.
Victory shall be mine! My blade is unbending!
What's the big idea? Over here. I'll take this. Shucks. Try this.
I am ready. Stay strong.
The battle is truly joined.
All right. How do you like this?
I am ready. Bring about a miracle of healing.
Take this! What the?
How about you?
I am ready. You like that?
My turn. Let's do this! Shucks! What the?
How about you? Use this!
Take this!
I am ready. You like that?
Shucks! How do you like this?
Now my blade is unbending! The dawn strikes
Shucks!
Take this!
I am ready. You like that?
victory shall be mine! Have a taste of this!
I'm ready. You like that?
Now then! Have a taste of this!
My turn.
I'm ready. Are you? The winds of fortune howl.
Shucks! All right. That'll do her. My turn.
Now then! Out of my way!
Over here. Over here.
I am ready. You like that?
Take this!
Bring it up! Let the thunder roll!
Now then, my blade is unbending!
Watch me now! Ah!
My turn.
Take this!
How about you?
Here goes nothing. Let the thunder roll!
I am ready. May the sacred flame shine forth. Bring about a miracle of healing.
Take this!
Shucks! Try this!
The battle is truly joy. I think not.
My turn.
Take this!
Victory shall be mine. How about you?
Are you?
I am ready. Oh, sacred light.
Here we go! Cool off!
I am ready. Stay strong.
My blade is un... The door fight.
I am ready. Oh, sacred light.
Out of my way. Here.
The dog bites home.
Here.
No! My blade is unbending! I wreak havoc upon thee! The battle is truly joined.
Out of my way.
Bring it on! How do you like this?
I am ready. Stay strong.
No!
Here goes nothing. Try this.
Are you?
I am ready. No sacrifice.
My turn.
I see.
My blade is unbending! I wreak havoc upon thee!
Here goes nothing. Let's get down to work!
I am ready. Bring about a miracle of healing.
Out of my way. Here.
My blade is un... The dog bites home.
My turn.
Here.
My blade is unbending! I wreak havoc upon thee!
Here goes nothing. How do you like this?
I am ready. Bring about a miracle of healing.
No, you don't.
How about you?
My turn.
How about you? Watch my blade dance.
Here goes nothing.
I am ready.
My turn.
Here.
I am ready.
Are you?
Here goes nothing. All right! Let the thunder roll!
Now my blade is unbending! I wreak havoc upon thee! Have at you! Watch my blade dance!
I am ready. May the sacred flame shine forth.
Victory shall be mine! Have a taste of this!
Out of my way. Take this!
All right! How do you like this? My turn.
Take this!
Bring it on!
Now then! Have a taste of this!
I am ready. May the sacred flame shine forth.
Now then! Out of my way!
Here goes nothing.
Take this!
I am ready. You like that?
What's the big idea?
Have a taste of this!
Oh, shucks.
Can't have it like this.
Use this!
What's the big idea?
Have I
I am ready. Stay strong.
My turn. Here.
What's this?
Over here! Here.
What's this? You like that? Good. You like that?
Now then! Have a taste of this! Failed.
I'm ready for you!
Bring it on! That's what I'm here for.
The battle is truly joined. Use this.
My turn. Take this!
The battle is truly joined.
All right. Cool off.
I am ready. Bring about a miracle of healing.
Here you go.
Here we go. What have we here?
No! My blade is unbending! I wreak havoc upon thee!
Out of my way.
No!
Here goes nothing. Try this.
I am ready.
The battle is truly joined.
I am ready.
Out of my...
All right.
I am ready. Stay strong.
I see.
I am ready. To second
Bring it on. Let's get down to work. Let's roll.
The battle... Watch my blade dance.
My turn.
I am ready. To second right.
Have at you. Out of my way.
Here we go.
I am ready. To second right.
Bring it on. How do you like this?
Watch my blade dance.
Here you go.
I am ready.
Victory shall be mine. Watch my blade dance.
Here we go. Let's roll. My turn. Somewhat.
I am ready. Do something.
Now
My turn.
I am ready. We're safe now.
Here we go. How do you like this?
Bring about a miracle of healing.
Here.
the battle is truly joined. Have I failed?
Here goes nothing. Try this. What's the big idea? Shut up! Here. My turn. Here.
I am ready. Bring about a miracle of healing.
Have I failed?
Here. Shucks! Try this.
I am ready.
Let's do this! Somehow.
I am ready. You like that?
Shucks! Try this.
My turn. I see your faces. No! Out of my way. Let's do this! Don't start things you can't finish.
Anyway, that is the end of the first phase. Now you have to take the other team against the top half of the boss. You can see the eye has been kind of gouged out. And while they show the old team there, it's the other team that's going to do it. So you can see the block there poking out of its chest. You can see its head. The body is its actual body. And then it has a sword for a hand on the left arm. Basically, the blade, the head, Lyblac, and the true body are your actual targets here. So just like on the other side, I am going to start off with the healing spell to push everyone over the HP cap. So Lyblac is like a support unit. The head is the magic caster, the blade is the physical attacker, so on. So I forgot what I was looking for right there. So I went for light right here. So the boss keeps wiping your buffs. As a result, you keep losing that, and Tressa's effectiveness is weakened as a result. To make things worse, he's attacking your SP, so that's going to cripple Cyrus, given enough time. One of the things Lyblac can do is, other than herself, as far as I can tell, she can actually replenish the break gauge on them. So you want to go for her first. If I remember correctly, I go to Lyblac with the sword, for the face, and with the true body. The true body only has 180,000 hit points, which is literally nothing compared to the bosses we had to fight on the way here and the bottom half. So keep in mind, that's about 1/3 of the bottom half's HP. It is that freaking insane when you see down there. But otherwise, in terms of design, this one is more in tune with what I'd expect like a Final Fantasy boss. There's quite a few fights where you actually are standing like a cliff like that, shooting across. The most famous which probably being Final Fantasy VI with Kefka. Correctly, you're on a ledge.
Letting the hunt begin.
Otherwise, it kind of does remind me of the Ozma fight from Final Fantasy IX, where you have to stand on the edge of the garden while the thing shoots its dark spells at you. But otherwise, the strategy here is Cyrus is going to be the breaker, like Alfyn was. Alfyn always has concoctions to fall back on. Instead, Cyrus is going to have the sorcery. Haunted is the team's hitter, basically killing the niche that Wolverine had. It's just her damage is much more reliable since that rain of arrows, or what thing's called. It's a really sweet move. Ophelia is obviously the team healer, and then Tressa does all sorts of shenanigans. You can basically use the
Letting my arrow fly.
I can't remember what the self rune is called. Transfer rune or something like that? Transfer rune into sidestep and get a bunch of turns of invulnerability where the blade can't hurt you. So if you can't tell, I was much more impressed with this part than the bottom half. It makes no sense to me why something has to have 500,000 HP and still be invulnerable. Anyway, there are going to be some periods here where things do get as tense as they were down on the bot side. I don't know if I ever got down to one character left like I did with Alfyn that one time.
Let enough. Holding back nothing.
So here we go. Keep in mind if they were not over their max HP, that would have been a wipe. Actually, Haunted might have survived it, but that would have been it. And overall, I don't have someone to summon with Ophelia, but if I did, I'd definitely be moving for this part.
Oh no!
Now, the good news is, since this boss has 1/3 of the HP as the one below, this one is much faster in comparison, even though I am using the technically weaker party. Basically right here I'm just looking to see what they have left in terms of hit points, like are they down to yellow, red, here's where we have to go back to using the... Oh, for a gem. So remember, if you need those, you can steal them from the Revenants in... I'll say it's the Revenant in Hanet's area. So remember, the enemies there are not elemental, so do not bring the silence.
My turn now. Here I go! Bring about the miracle of healing!
So yeah, not the most exciting fight, but hey, that's something, I guess. Now, since I don't have the chance to actually give a proper review of the game, since there's no credit roll or anything, once you beat this, they just kick you out.
Trying this.
Overall, in terms of the game, I really liked it prior to this point. It was definitely one of the better RPGs. It had a lot of rough spots still. There's just no denying that. There's all sorts of awkward things in the battle system, and then, as I keep trying to emphasize, there's no real professional. If not for that little detail, Alfyn would not be one of the best characters in the game. You have to remember, he's the only one with the AoE cleanse.
Lightning. Done my duty.
So other things we can talk about, the game's writing. There's a lot of stuff going on in the background. And I guess in that sense, maybe they took a page out of Dark Souls book, because if you're not familiar with those games, to understand what's going on, you actually have to look at all these minute detail stuff here and there to get the big picture. Like, prior to the dungeon here, most people would not have known that Graham was Red Eye. They wouldn't know how all these characters are linked together, how there's so... Well, you had a combination of Lyblac working in the background, as well as potentially like some sort of ambiguous force for good, whatever you want to call their deities that may have also been steering
I will
them.
not be defeated.
So yeah, you could argue this is a bit of a proxy battle between good and evil, if nothing else.
Bring about the miracle of healing!
In terms of music, it was kind of there. There was nothing that really stood out to me. Other things we can talk about. For the battle system, you can see right there, Hanet's Beast Lore kind of sucks. But other than that, it was pretty nice that like spells didn't really become obsolete. You only had a couple tiers. You basically had the single target spells, the AoE spells, and a little bit of variety past that with the Archmage and the Starseer. But otherwise, whatever you had was pretty relevant since the moment you got it. As a result, that made it easier to spec into stuff that was less punishing, I guess, for making the wrong move, because technically you didn't really make a wrong move. Sooner or later, whatever you got would come in handy. Overall, I did not find a spot to grind for nuts in this game. I figured there would be one somewhere, like someone you could fight to get some, but from From what I've been reading online, there actually aren't any. There's a fixed number of stat boosts. And a neat little trivia thing, I think I used one in the first video, but other than that, I did not use any ever again. Basically, I was trying to do it this way just in case you're having trouble, you're thinking, oh, I spec someone the wrong way, and it's game over for me. No, you really don't even have to use those things. You can just go in as is and still persevere if you're willing to invest, what is this, 3 hours in the thing? But otherwise, in terms of other good things, I did like that there were all those optional dungeons for you to do. There were quests here and there, even though the rewards generally did suck. I would like to see the rewards improve in future games, but I definitely do like how there's extra enemies for you to fight, there's different areas.
Cowering before the huntress.
What's this now? Now the truth that's up ahead.
So remember that Brand Slender can do that, except it's single target. So in case you're wondering what happened to me heaping all that praise onto Hana from the early game, she is still extremely deadly, man. Do not underestimate her. Leg hold trap and just all the other cheese she can do. She is one nasty customer. But yeah, I'd like to see Beast Lord get reworked. That's probably number one in terms of how the characters behave.
My turn now.
Didn't really have much use for Scrutinize.
I'll do my best. Prepare yourself.
Again, I might want to say that there should be more jobs, because if you have more than 7, it's kind of like your starting jobs or the starter jobs, and then you get your real job later on. Basically like a Final Fantasy 1 type transition where you get the rat tail and then never one changes.
Beginning.
Thief becomes ninja, and so on.
Watching my blade dancing.
But yeah, those are my thoughts. I wouldn't say I regret buying the game or anything. I had a lot of enjoyment prior to this. It's just segments like these need a lot more work. A little bit of promise with the boss rush, it's just they need to do something a little different here, especially for that bottom half. Anyways, you might have guessed in order to hit the true body you have to break all the parts. So that means the face, the blade, the block, and so on.
Wind.
What is the logical course of action?
So right here we'll use the light spell, try to soften it up. And now I think the boss did anything like the one down there where it got tougher as it got closer to dying. I think this one was more about going off gracefully, if I remember correctly.
Coming, if thou darest.
But anyway, once you persevere through this, you get your stupid ribbon, you get a little scene, and then they kick you out, and you're free to go back to whatever you want to do, because, I mean, it's not like you gotta do most of the stuff to get here or anything, right? So I'll say it one last time before I drop out. This was such a
Let my arrow fly and true.
But anyway, I will skip to after the scene, I'll talk a little bit more, and then I'm done. I have to actually put this thing together, and we are 3 hours and 5 minutes in, according to my timer. So much freaking
Letting
fun.
the hunt beginning.
Logical course of action.
Come in, if thou darest.
Now, what next? A gift for you.
Letting my arrow fly and true. Holding back nothing. A torrent of arrows.
I am finished. Let me help. I will not be defeated. Bring about a miracle of healing. Here I go. Wind. My turn now. Oh, stars, fill us with power. Let's do this.
Letting the hunt begin.
What is the logical course of action? Glacier, draw down.
I will not be defeated. Have this. What's it do?
What next?
I'll do my best. Bring about a miracle of healing.
Come in, if thou darest.
My turn now. Bring about a miracle of healing. What's it do?
Unparalleled.
Much to learn.
My turn now.
Come in, if thou darest.
An interesting dilemma. A gift for you.
I will not be defeated. Bring about a miracle of healing. Here I go.
What next? Holding back nothing. I wreak havoc upon thee.
Interesting dilemma. Glaciers draw down.
I'll not be defeated. Bring about the miracle of healing.
Coming, if thou darest.
What next?
I'll not be defeated. No, you will not. My turn now. Light.
Now, what next? Glaciers draw down.
Letting the hunt begin. Rain and arrows up on them.
Bring about the miracle of healing. Let's do this.
Coming, if thou darest. Better than a snare.
What is the logical course of action? Glaciers draw down.
Letting my arrow fly and true. Try and this.
Glaciers draw down.
Coming, if thou darest. Try and this.
Here I go. My turn now. Bring about the miracle of healing. My turn now. Oh, sacred light! My turn now!
Letting the hunt begin.
What next?
Rain and arrows up on.
be defeated. I will protect your bars.
Letting my arrow fly and true. Using this.
I will not be defeated. Have this. My turn now. Light. Have this. Let's do this.
An interesting dilemma. Nation, go down.
Letting the hunt beginning.
My friends.
Sorry.
Coming, if thou darest. Using this.
I will not be defeated. Have this. Light.
Using this.
Take this. Bring about a miracle of healing.
What is the logical course of action? Nation, go down.
What next?
My friend.
Using this.
Well then. Have this.
Trying this.
Glacier, draw down.
My turn now. Let me help. My turn now. Let me help. My turn now. Have this.
What is the logical course of action? Glacier, draw down.
Let's do this. Light. My turn now. Take this.
My friends,
Letting the hunt begin. Using this.
Let's do this. Try this on for size. I will not be defeated. Have this. My turn now. Light.
now. Glacier, draw down.
Well then, let's prepare yourself. There. The flame guides us true.
No items. So I just came back from eating. I'll probably do a post-game on the boss fight. There's only a few things I'm going to say. It's a pretty crappy fight overall. That summarizes my thoughts pretty well. I am all-powerful, eternal. I will not return to the darkness. I will not. Where am I? I see. Thank you, my friends. She told me that I can meet Father here, but it was all just a lie. Did she promise you cake, too? Kit. Father? Mother? Kit, how you've grown. No mortal knows what fate holds for them. All these years I had thought my journey a futile one. Only now do I know it was not so, all because of you. In journeying here, you have not just found meaning in your own lives. You have sealed away the darkness and restored light to all of Orstera. For this, I thank you. Live on for us, Kit. Live on and live strong. Yeah, the first half of that fight was so freaking agonizing. For life is a journey. The places you go, the deeds you do, the tales whose hero you become. Every road is yours to take. So journey forth, friend, into this great world we live in, and find an adventure all your own. Anyway, that is your accessory that stops random battles. You're free to go wherever the hell you want, even though there's not really much else to do with the game, so I'm pretty much done. I wanted to try to get all the potent potable conversations, but I can only get 2 to pop. I don't know what's going on with them. So I went ahead and looked on YouTube. Somebody already has them up there. If you're really curious, it's out there. I don't have to bother with it. So I'm going to be moving back to Shining Resonance after this. I don't know if I'm going to take a day off because, yes, I put out 34 videos back-to-back, no breaks, some delays because these things can take so damn long to actually render and upload. But yeah, 34 days, non-stop. And I want to say the smallest video was like 50 minutes long. Oh boy. So yeah, I'm not going to do anything this intensive for a while yet. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed it. You got to see if you were having any troubles on here or there. If you're on the fence on whether or not to pick up the game, you got to see, hopefully, and learn a bit more. If you're having trouble with the side quests, hopefully what I had there will help you with that. It's just... I'm burnt out, man. This was a marathon to work through. So right here I was looking to see if anything popped up anywhere, like could I get some sort of special credit scene, some little additional ending, but no, that's really it. There's literally nothing left. So, without further ado, I am the Hero of Light. Thanks for watching, and goodbye.